We had actually reached the limitations of the hardware and operating system and really the architecture of our earlier bandwidth shaping device. With the Procera, we've been able to eliminate that. And what I mean by that is the hardware now can easily support up to 10 gigabits. The processing, the actual architecture of the product allows us to scale now and into the future.
Right now we have 1.6 gig of internet bandwidth coming in. The box that we had prior to this was maxing out at 700, 750. We ended up needing to go a different route. So having the Procera allowed us to, one, do 2.5 gig to start with, but allows us to grow as well. So we can go much higher than that when we need to.
VCU's size is such that we almost are an internet service provider. Therefore, our first consideration was for products that would size to that size of corporation. However, it turns out that the reality of what we actually do is to provide for higher education. And for this, the Procera solution actually was the better fit. It could scale exactly as we had hoped for an internet service provider, but it was specific to higher education, and that's what we needed. The map that we have is pretty aggressive here at VCU. We are currently running at 2 gigabits of bandwidth, which we're right now in the final phases of getting the last 500 megabits in place. But we've already put in a 10 gigabit pipe. We know what's coming down the road. So the question to us was really, well, what is the device that we need to put in place to control this and to allow us to ramp? And the Procera, and with Vista 1 support, is definitely the choice that we wanted for that.
I give Procera high marks. That I would readily recommend Procera to any other institution.
So right now we're running at 2 gigabit. We could easily ramp up to the full 10 gigabit physical interfaces that we have there. And the nice part was that the structure of the licensing was such that we would be able to gradually increase it and be able to increase our bandwidth and our performance within the budget cycles that we are limited to as a university and state institution.
Not everybody is making a 10 gigabit interface. Procera does, and it works.
As we add more bandwidth, or our network continues to grow, or we develop different applications that the students need, the Procera will be right there, and we'll be able to modify it so that it fits our needs as well.